Very good morning, my dear students of class 7. Today in this video we'll be learning about Kingdom Classification 2, that is your chapter 2. We have already done one part of it. This is the second part. The topics which we are going to cover today are Phylum Protozoa, Phylum Platyhelminthes, Phylum Nemathelminthes and Phylum Annelida. So 4 phyla we are going to cover in this video. Let us start with Phylum Protozoa. It's a very common phylum. You must have heard about it. Phylum Protozoa, this word protozoa is taken from a Greek word protos, that means the first, and zoon is animal, that means the first animals, the simplest animals. Let us learn about the characteristics of this phylum. These animals are unicellular and microscopic. That means they are made up of only one cell and they are very, very small. They are found in fresh water like lakes and rivers, sea, soil, and sometimes inside the human body also as parasites. That means if they are parasites and they can live inside our body, they cause diseases. And what are these diseases? Very common diseases like malaria and dysentery. These animals vary in their shape. They could be of different shapes. Some may be oval, some may be elongated, some may be spherical, some may not have any proper shape or regular shape also. They have false foot. We call them pseudopodia. Pseudo is false, podia is foot. If you remember, amoeba has got pseudopodia. So this is one of the locomotory organ. Otherwise they may have flagella or cilia for movements. So there are 3 locomotory organs: pseudopodia, flagella or cilia, for this protozoans to move. Examples are amoeba, paramecium. Here in this picture you can see the paramecium, plasmodium, euglena. These are few examples of phylum Protozoa. So protozoa, these are the unicellular and microscopic animals. You can see here the various examples of phylum Protozoa. Next one here is Phylum Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes word is taken from a Greek word. Platy is flat and helminth means worm. That means flat worms. So the members of Platyhelminthes are also called flat worms. Tapeworm is the best example here you can see. These animals do not have legs or pseudopodia, cilia, flagella, etc. They are also known as flatworms. They are commonly found in water, humid terrestrial areas, on the land where there is humidity, or they are also there as parasites in the bodies of higher animals, for example humans. So tapeworms, they live in the intestine. Okay, very, very dangerous. It might reach the length of 6 meters. You can imagine if it is there in your intestine, it might cause problems. They have hooks and suckers. So this flatworms might have hooks and suckers, and these are very helpful because they help them to grip the body of the host. So easily they cannot be removed because of their hooks and suckers. The body of flatworm is thin and flat and bilaterally symmetrical. So this word you will be seeing everywhere, bilaterally symmetrical. What does it mean? That means the body of the organism can be divided into two equal halves through a plane. If you divide it into two halves, then this you will be getting two equal parts. They have only one opening, so this is a special character. They have got only one opening of the alimentary canal. What is alimentary canal? This is a tube-like structure which runs throughout the body of the organism, through which the food enters and the body enters the body and the waste is removed from the body. So only one opening is there. Usually there are two openings. So one for taking in the food, other one for removing the waste. Here you have got only one opening for both the purposes, that is receiving the food and removing the waste. Example of this phylum are planaria and liver fluke. Now let us see some of the examples of flatworms. So these are the ones. So just now we finished Platyhelminthes. Next one we have got Nemathelminthes. Same type almost. So here the best and suitable example is hookworm. Okay. Now let's see where this word Nemathelminthes has come from. It is a Greek word. Two Greek words. Nematos means thread and helminth is worm, you know. So thread worm, a worm which is in the shape of a thread. The members of this phylum are called roundworms. So earlier Platyhelminthes we gave them a term flatworms. Now these are the roundworms. They live in marine, so they could be marine also, and they can live in fresh water as well. They could be terrestrial also. That means they can found on land, sea and fresh water bodies. Some roundworms also live as parasites in the intestine of human beings and other higher animals. Just like the previous two, here also some are there. They live in our body as parasites. The bodies of these animals are soft and cylindrical. They are unsegmented. That means segments are not there. They are also bilaterally symmetrical. That means they can divide it into two equal halves. Now here alimentary canal in these animals have two openings. The first one is mouth, through which the food is taken and crushed, and the other opening, that is anus, through which the waste is thrown out of the body. So unlike Platyhelminthes, it has got usual two openings, mouth and anus. Some worms like filarial worm are thread-like, while many others are rounded. Examples are Ascaris. Ascaris is a roundworm that lives in human intestine. This is a very common parasite which are found in our body. Other examples of this phylum are Ancylostoma, that is hookworm, Wucheria, that is filarial worm, and Enterobius vermicularis, that is pinworm. Okay, so these are various types of roundworms. Let's see the examples. So these are the ones, the members of Nemathelminthes. Now we have come to the fourth phylum, that is Annelida. Most of you are very much familiar with this. Did you recognize the picture here? It's leech, very common in Sikkim. So this word Annelida is taken from Latin words, that is annulus means little ring, and idios from form or shape. They are commonly known as segmented worms. So flatworms, roundworms, now segmented worms. Why segmented? Here you can see the segments on the body. Their body is divided into various segments. That is why the name is given segmented worms. They occur mostly in freshwater ecosystem such as ponds or in the moist terrestrial habitat. So here also near the water you can find them, near the springs, forming burrows. The body of annelids is soft, cylindrical and bilaterally symmetrical. That means they can be divided into two equal halves. It is divided into number of ring-like compartments. So if you see one segment, it appears as if it is a ring. So this is a combination of many rings, many segmented, and this body is called segmented body. And this segment help them to move. So movement of these animals take place because of these segments. They have a true body cavity with a straight alimentary canal and have a specialized organ for excretion called nephridia. So for excretion they have got a special organ, and that is called nephridia. They respire through their moist skin, which is called cutaneous respiration. So here the organism uses its moist skin to respire, and also gills. So two ways they can respire. One is through gills, other one is through their moist skin. Example of phylum Annelida includes earthworms. Must be very familiar with earthworms, which are also called farmer's friend, leech. Now this earthworm lives in the soil and get their food from it. Their excreta help in improving the soil fertility. Why they are called farmer's friend? Because they increase the fertility of the soil. How? Because of their waste. And also they loosen the mud, because they remove the mud from inside. Okay, and also their waste helps to improve the soil fertility. So where this earthworms are farmer's friend, on the other hand leech, they are parasite. These are the external parasites. What they do, they stick to the host, you know that, and it sucks the blood. So this was all about phylum Annelida. Now these are the various examples of phylum Annelida. So in the previous chapter, in the previous video, we studied about Porifera and Coelenterata. Now 4 more we have finished: Platyhelminthes, Nemathelminthes, Annelida and Protozoa. So with this, today's video comes to an end. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay positive, and have a great day. Thank you.